Power practices being deaf, says Ron Williams. Or to put it another way, power deliberately doesn't listen. If we just think about that for a moment, we know it to be true. Speaking out then, to extend the metaphor, is a way of turning up the volume, such that those who have closed their ears can no longer feign ignorance. I think it's really easy to romanticize the idea of speaking out, but in reality, it's really difficult. We're enchanted by our own fixation on power, which, as Bishop Michael identifies in the written reflection, means we often set limits to how far we will go. When we speak out, we cause a disruption. We're saying that we reject how things are in the present. That is an inherently disruptive process, and the fallout and tension which follow are so uncomfortable for us that we learn to stay silent. Hope for the Future offers tailored support to help individuals and groups meet their MPs. In my work with Hope for the Future this year, I'm connecting UK churches with churches around the world who are experiencing the effects of climate change. As the UK church, we're often very comfortable with the status quo, but we must learn to listen to those churches around the world who are suffering because of our silence. The Church of Tuvalu, an island country in the Pacific Ocean, cannot afford to accept only thoughts and prayers for the plight of their country because of climate change. And so the UK church must learn to speak out, turning up the volume for UK decision makers, using their power to challenge the status quo. And that's why helping churches speak to MPs on climate change is my job. In order to speak out, we need to acknowledge our own discomfort with challenging the status quo, because it is uncomfortable, and this discomfort makes it easier to stay silent. To speak out, we need to do two things. Firstly, we must break our peace with the present. This means becoming more uncomfortable with the status quo than we are with the discomfort caused by disrupting it. And secondly, we must welcome the Spirit, which compels us out of concern and love for others to be obedient to the call of Christ, which is one of service. Perhaps in your reflection now, you could agree on an area with others where you would like to break peace with the present, and in obedience, choose something for the suggestions for action, which you'll commit to doing. Do your first step towards that today before you talk yourself out of it.